Hello everyone. In this chapter we are going to discuss inequalities and modulus, in which we will discuss how to approach absolute value equations. The basic concepts are, let's say if I write down ax is equal to bx, does it mean that I can cancel xx from both the sides and I write down a is equal to b? No, we can never do that unless you know the value of x. In GMAT, always try to move the number on the other side and take x common. Write down ax minus bx is equal to 0. Take x common and I will write a minus b inside the bracket and is equal to 0. So I can write down either x is 0 or a minus b equal to 0, which means a equal to b. That means 100% I cannot say that a is equal to b from this equation, because either x can be 0 or a is equal to b. With this, if I go to inequality, I can also say that if the product of two numbers is positive, what does it mean? If the product of two numbers is positive, it means that either both are positive or both are negative. You will have to consider these possibilities while solving absolute value functions. Same thing, if the division of two numbers is positive, we can say that either a is positive and b is also positive, or they both are negative. What if the multiplication of two numbers is negative? Then if the multiplication of two numbers is negative, this means any one of them is negative. So I can say that either a is positive and b is negative, or a is negative and b is positive. Same goes for division as well. If the division of two numbers is negative, I can say that either the first number is positive and the second number is negative, or the first number is negative and the second number is positive. This is how it goes. While solving such questions, you will have to remember these possibilities. Let's consider the questions now. Say, if you write absolute value of x is equal to 5, what do you mean by this? Try to understand this. Absolute value sign, this modulus sign actually represents distance, and distance can never be negative. That's the reason absolute value of every number is always positive. How can we read it? First of all, I am going to rewrite it as absolute value of x minus 0 is equal to 5. And we read it as the distance of x from 0 is 5. Okay, imagine this is a real line which is extendable from both the ends. In the center we have 0, on the right hand side we have all the positive numbers, and on the left hand side we have all the negative numbers. Now I don't know where x is, but from 0 it's 5 units away. So from 0, 5 units away. So if I move either sides, if I go right, I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. If I move left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's negative 5. So what are the possible values of x? It can be negative 5 or it can be positive 5. So x is equal to plus or minus 5. If the same question is written this way, if I take another example, let's say x minus 1 equal to suppose 3. What does it mean? How will you read this? It actually means distance of x from 1 is 3. I don't know where x is, but from 1 it's 3 units away. So this is a real line which is extendable from both the ends. Here we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the left hand side negative numbers like this. From 1, this is where 1 is 3 units away. So towards right if I go 1, 2, 3, it gives me 4. If I move left, it will give me 1, 2, 3. It will give me minus 2. So what are the possible values of x we have here? Minus 2 and plus 4. What if I give you another example saying absolute value of x plus 1 is equal to 2? In this case, I will have to rewrite this equation and I'll have to make sure that there is a negative sign in between, because to have this distance, to read it as a distance, we need to have a negative sign in between. Now we can read it as the distance of x from minus 1 is 2. So again, real line, this is where the 0 is, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. From minus 1, it's 2 units away. Let's move right. So I'll get plus 1. Let's move left. I'll get minus 3. So the two possible values of x are x equal to minus 3 or it can be plus 1. If I substitute here into the main equation, it will satisfy the equation, left hand side will be equal to right hand side. Same concept is applied when you solve inequality questions. Say if I have x minus 1 is less than or equal to 2. How will you read this? We will read it as distance of x from 1 is less than or equal to 2. Again, draw a real line. In center we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4 and so on the left hand side. So I don't know where x is, but from 1 it's less than or equal to 2. So from 1, okay, less than or equal to 2. So 2 steps, 1, 2. So 1, 2. That means our required number x can be anything which is exactly equal to 2 or less than this. It can be exactly equal to 2 distance as 2 units or less than that. That means in this case the x value can be anything in between plus 3 to minus 1. This is our required answer for this question. If I say that absolute value of x minus 1 is greater than equal to 2, you will read it as distance of x from 1 is greater than equal to 2. Greater than equal to 2, in that case, I will consider all the possible values which are more than 3 and towards left which are all are less than minus 1. Concept what I have just explained, this is for understanding purpose. But when you actually solve them, this is how you are going to solve. Suppose if I write down absolute value of x is equal to 3, that means x is equal to plus or minus 3. If I write x absolute value of x minus 1 equal to 2, you are going to solve it 2 times, assuming inside the absolute sign, this number itself is either positive or negative. First time, I will consider that this is positive, so I will write down x minus 1 equal to 2. Second time, I will assume that this is a negative number equal to 2. So this gives me x equal to 3 and this gives me minus x plus 1 equal to 2. So it will give me minus x is equal to 1. So x is equal to negative 1. Same thing for inequality. If I have absolute value of x minus 2 less than equal to 3 suppose. So how will you write it? In such cases, whatever function you have inside the absolute sign, write it first. And then whatever sign they have given, either less than equal to or greater than equal to or strictly less than or strictly greater than, whatever sign we have, write them here. In this case, I have less than equal to, so I am going to write it like this. Now this number. So on the right hand side, I will write down the same number with plus sign, on the left hand side with the negative sign. Now I need to isolate the variable. So what I'll do, I will add 2 in all the 3 terms. Add 2 here, add 2 here, add 2 here. So this will give me minus 1 less than equal to x less than equal to 5. I will solve one more question. X minus 1, absolute value of x minus 1 greater than equal to suppose 5. So I will write down x minus 1 first. Then whatever the sign they have given is this. And then on the left hand side, this number with negative sign, on the right hand side with positive sign. Because we have to isolate the variable x, so I will add 1 everywhere. This will become negative 4. This will become just x and this will become 6. This is how the answer is going to be. This is the range in which the x will fall. That's all for today. In the next video, we will discuss a few questions based on the concept that we have learned today. Bye-bye.